Oh boy, I am so excited that I have discovered this new silver hack because I think so many people don't know this and they need to know this. You need to do this today on your account. What's up guys, MtgJedi here, how you doing today? We are on Icon's account. If you haven't seen the first video for today, you need to go start planning for this weekend. So make sure you go back and watch that. I can't stress enough to you, there's so much stuff in that video and it's short. So go check that out. We are on Icon's account. Thank you so much, my dude, for letting me showcase your account for this awesome video. Now, before we jump into this, I just want to give a good reminder that we should be farming less dungeons and more campaign. Where should we be farming? We should be farming Brutal 12-3. Brutal... Where are we at? We should be farming Brutal 12-3, okay? And when we're doing Brutal 12-3, we want the fastest possible team. So I would say Ray is a great champion to do that with, and... where are we at here? Let's just like do a run, make sure that this is viable because, well, actually we could hold off on it. Ray is one of the champions that we're going to be working with today. Super underrated champion these days. But let's see if his gear is good enough to just clear this like this. Okay, while I'm talking here, why do we want to do 12-3? Because it's going to give you the most silver and it's going to give you mystery shards. Okay, 7 seconds, perfect. And that's his new best time. All right, then we can go level up all of our food champions there. That is going to allow us to get more mystery shards, and you can get them from the mystery shard market, which I recommend doing. Okay, now with that out of the way, our main topic for today is this silver hack. And we have a free gear removal right now, and that is when you want to do this, okay? So if you don't have time to do it this time, keep it in mind for the future. I did do the 5 steps to millions of silver video the other day. I still have a giveaway, 5 giveaways in the comments of that video. And if you want even more silver than what we're going to do today, go check that video out. Now, for today, what we want to focus on is, do we have any champions equipped with low rank gear? Okay, like, are you still scamming? Like, are you still holding on to 1, 2, 3, 4-star gear? If so, go unequip it today. We're going to focus on his account on 5-star gear, and what we're looking for are champions with unrolled 5-star gear, like Siren here. Okay, that's a great example. A lot of times what ends up happening, if we go in here and we search like 5-star and we start like, you know, clicking around looking at some of these champions, what ends up happening a lot of times is maybe you decide you want to go build a champion, like Siren, for example, that we saw. And you're just like, equip her with some unrolled gear, and then she sits around on your account for a while. People call this muling gear, and I think it's not a good idea. Some people do it and enjoy it. Some people have paid me to unmule their gear because they realized it was a bad decision. So I don't recommend doing this, for the record. But if you have champions like this, do we have other ones? Yes. Okay, cool. We can't do the vault? Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, so when you want to ungear people, when you want to ungear champions, what I suggest is using your reserve vault. There's this one, and this one. Okay, when you go to move them to the reserve vault, you can remove all of their gear, and it's like 50,000 less clicks. I really wish there was a remove all gear button, like over here on the stats. Click, double click, triple click, remove all the gear, whatever it is. Like, we should have a notification, like, do you really want to do this? Because obviously it costs millions of silver, typically, to remove the gear. But if you want to remove the gear quickly, you can move them to your reserve vault. Then that will put all of that gear back into your inventory, okay? So especially on a day like this, you just go and you're like clicking through, trying to find your champions, okay? Let's say, okay, I haven't found any with gear yet. Okay, so here's what Ashma, right, with 1 ring. Okay, here we go. We're starting to get into some geared champions, okay? So let's say you wanted to, like, remove all the gear from all of these. You're going to level them up. You're going to put real gear on them. You would just hit move to reserve vault, and then you would remove all of it. Now, I don't know if he wants to do that or not, so I'm not going to do that. But those 3 champions, we need that gear off immediately, okay? This is also a good opportunity to re-gear some champions, which we're going to do today, and I'm going to show you which ones and why. But first, I want to give you an opportunity to go sell all your 5-star gear today. Please, 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 take this opportunity and clean up your account. You do not need this gear. You don't need it. Maybe some Merciless if it is good. Maybe some Slayer if it is good. Otherwise, sell it all. You are hoarding it for no reason, okay? The 6-star gear is where it's at in this game. You need to realize that. Now, I'm going to pause here and like go actually look at some of these because like if they're double speed rolls, then we want to keep those. That's still good for a lot of players. Unless you're an endgame player, you definitely want to keep double speed rolls, triple speed rolls, especially. That's a very good piece right there, especially with that glyph on it. Yes, we definitely want to keep that. So I'm going to go look into this, and then even if they're level 16, go sell them. It's fine. You have more. Your inventory is full. Use this opportunity to make more silver for yourself. And also, follow along on the gear levels video so that you can, know where you're at in your gear progression journey. That is probably the best video that I've done for the raid community here in a while. I think that video has been super impactful. I've received tons of messages on how helpful it has been for people. All right, I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll be right back for part 2. Okay, I want to come in here and make a note about your 5-star mythical gear, because I'm sure people have questions on that. You can roll it, but I'm looking for all 4 substats to be good and have like higher. Like if you are at 4s in here, like that's no good. But mainly what I'm looking for is speed to be the mythical substat, and then we roll that, okay? Like, this one seems good, but, like, you have a triple flat attack roll, so you're kind of wasting their mythical status there. This one, that's probably usable. This one has the speed, but we didn't hit it. And then this one is bad, and then that one is unnecessary. Defense percent with resistance. If that had HP percent, we would think about keeping it. This is the perfect example here. Accuracy, we hit speed, and we'll roll that and see whether we want to keep that or not. No, we don't need that. And that one, I don't know, that might be okay. So, look at your mythical gear specifically and see if it's worth keeping before you just auto sell it. Most of the other stuff that we're keeping is like triple speed rolls, double speed rolls. I do like keeping resistance stats in perception because then you can build champions that need accuracy and resistance pretty easily. So that is a cool tip for you guys. Okay, couple more quick gear cleanse notes. Keep all of your stupid live arena gear, even if it's terrible. That's gear you should mule because that is stuff that you need for the missions eventually. And just from my personal experience, it's been pretty rough trying to get specific things to make sets and stuff. Next thing, on your supersonic gear, if it has speed rolls, then you should probably keep it. I'm going to make sure that we have at least a set here that's reasonable. So I unselected a couple pieces here. And then if he has 6-star stuff that's better, then we can sell this. But like 5-star speed boots, worth keeping at least 1 or 2 in sets that you don't like have a ton of gear on. And Merciless is one of the best sets in the game. So if you have good attack stats and or speed, because this 4-piece Merciless set is insanely good. I have MtgJedi in a 4-piece set. I have Sulfurion maybe in a 4-piece set, and it's just really good. So you're either looking for speed or damage stats or both. So that's the type of gear that you want to keep here. With these 4s, that's what I'm talking about. You don't want to keep that. That's pretty crap. But like some of these other ones, no, not that one. No, not that one. And then the gloves and like the top row, it's a lot easier to keep 5-star gear in my opinion, because you're not looking for a main stat. On the gloves, really only if it was to have speed. So maybe these blue ones actually, those could be usable. And then things like your chest and stuff, you could use your chaos ore to like get better stats. Same thing with the boots, trying to get speed on them. Is this speed? Yes. Is this speed? Yes. Is this speed? No. Okay, and then last but not least, Slayer gear. You definitely want crit stats, but also preferably speed. So I'm going to go take a look through that, and then we'll move on to the next part of the video. Okay, don't forget to use this opportunity while you're looking at your gear in order to use some chaos ore, etc. A lot of people have a lot of chaos ore sitting around, and this is a really good time to use it. We were looking for speed there. Obviously, we didn't get that, so that's going to be a sell. But using your chaos ore to find your good gear is definitely a good idea. Okay, much better. So he's down to 67 5-star pieces, which is absolutely great. Now we have room on the account to farm more, okay? And while we're at it, I guess I should always mention whenever we're talking about gear, sell the flat stats or check them for speed rolls if it's legendary or higher. Okay, maybe this is a good chaos ore piece. Okay, let's go. It's flat attack. You cannot use that. I don't care if it's triple crit rate. Don't use that. 143. I love you guys. All right, here we go. Attack percentage, crit damage, crit rate. Ooh, resistance. Okay, probably still worth keeping, to be honest. Quad resistance. What a weird and interesting piece. Okay, this would be a good piece to maybe put on your somebody who like MtgJedi or somebody, but there's no speed. I don't know. That's a weird one. And we hit flat defense, so nothing really going there. Okay, let's get back on track here. The second thing that you want to do... Oh, my. Okay, we have a new Forge Pass, and it's disappointing, so... Instinct gear, it's kind of not great, but a lot of people will get a lot of good gear out of that. That will be a way to get some good gear on your account. Whoa, 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 I take it back. Alright, I take it back, okay? I take it back. Definitely worth getting. It has mythical gear. Okay, well done, Plarium. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I highly recommend that now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove gear from some champions that we want to be re-geared, okay? Herndig is one of them. You can tell here his crit stats are not very good and his speed is very slow. So we're going to use our vault trick. We're going to do him. Ray in Destroy gear with this 6-star Awakening Blessing stuff is actually insane. Marichka, I noticed, is in Relentless. We want to change that. His Arbiter definitely needs a tune-up. She's very slow. Corvus is in some gear that is probably just unrelated to his kit. Zavia in lifesteal gear we want to get an upgrade on. And Foley, for sure. Foley is just in gear that needs to be sold. And there are a couple other ones. Wait, let me check my list. Okay, and the other one is Tyrant, also in lifesteal gear. So we're going to move them all to the reserve vault, yes. And then we're going to bring them all back. You know, should we bring them back one at a time? Nah, I'll remember who it is. And we're going to bring them all back to our collection, and now all of their gear is available to be sold for profit and silver. Okay, so we're going to go look for our 5-star gear again, and then the majority of this should just be sold. Like, there's no reason that we need this 5-star gear anymore. So, the regen gear, that was from before. And we'll double check to make sure that we don't need it. But yeah, I mean, like this one, I don't know, that's fine. But do you really need that in Destroy? I don't think so. Okay, but really, how much gear is that, you know? So not very much gear there, so we don't really need to worry about it. The more important thing is regearing the champions. So I'm going to take a little bit of time as a thank you to him for letting me on his account for this spur-of-the-moment video. I think that this is going to be a great time for regearing, obviously. And you can use this time because your artifact enhancement event is available as well, okay? So, let's start off with that Herndig. And I think Herndig's super underrated right now. One of the most underrated champions in the game. He's so good, guys. He's so good. Why is he unlocked? Okay, well, let's definitely lock him. That was scary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gear him up for Hydra, I think. And he has Phantom Touch. I guess you could use him in Fire Knight. But I would say probably what you want is Cruelty. I'm not going to spend gems to switch that, though. Okay, so let me gear up some champions, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing on the... Actually, let's go ahead and gear one together, okay? That'll make this video kind of long. Here's what my goals are. Attack on the ring, accuracy on the banner with speed, crit damage on the amulet. Crit damage gloves with speed and crit rate. Attack percentage chest with speed and crit rate. Speed boots, and then the top row will fill in my crit rate and crit damage and speed. And if possible, I'm going to do all of that in Relentless. Or another set that has good gear. So we'll see, but really what we want to do is get the speed up over 250, which is like my baseline for like doing well in Hydra. Okay, and the best part about this is, if you end up not liking the builds, you can just go switch them back. Okay, for this account, I think this build is really good, and then we can use a crit rate aura or a crit rate buff to get him up to that 100% crit rate. So that will pair really well with a lot of champions on his account, I think. But definitely moving the account forward with selling the gear today. Oh man, I'm so excited for it. Because we really need to level up the gear. Also, for my 11 people, 1111. Thank you so much. Alright, the next one we're going to do is Ray. I kind of wanted to do the same exact thing, but I think we're going to have to go with crit rate gloves. And then, you know, maybe we can also do a build on like a Tyrant with that type of merciless build that I was talking about earlier. Let's try to do that next. Okay, this looks like a pretty good build. We don't really have a lot of accessories on the account. We do have like a couple, but they're on kind of important champions. If we were able to get like a 9-piece protection on him, that could be really sweet, but I don't think we're there yet. Pretty close though, like not too many accessories that far away. but I think we need to farm some accessories as well to give us some more options. I don't even think we're ready to sell all the 5-star accessories yet on this account. But we have a really nice Merciless and Divine Speed build here. 259, 258 accuracy, and a healthy amount of HP and defense. And it kind of feels like I'm building a Hydra team here, so I'm probably going to go suggest one for him because I think that, like, this goes really well with the Herndig that I just built, and maybe we'll put the Ray in there also. Okay, I realized that I was kind of building a Hydra team in my head with these Regears, so I thought I would show you kind of what my thought process was here. I don't know if this is going to end up working out to be the best, but I do like the Kreela combination with the increasing the crit rate on Herndig, and then the 6-star Crushing Rend Ray, who is... What gear did I put on Ray, actually? Savage also, so we're gonna be just crushing people, and whatever he ends up doing, I really hope this build like pushes his account forward because it's sweet. Ray has great multipliers. Her kit actually good for Hydra. Like, removing the buffs, there's no freeze, obviously. More damage against targets under debuffs, we're definitely doing that. With the A1, possible chance to place decreased defense. I mean, like, all of that is good. I think maybe you could put her in, like, a Cursed or a Provoke set. That would also be cool. But I think that this Savage 6-star Crushing Rend Ray is awesome, okay? So, to sum it up, basically what you want to do this weekend is you want to remove the gear from your bad champions. You want to re-gear them, and you want to sell all that bad gear and get yourself some more silver, okay? So we ended up with more silver than he started with, and a bunch of champions re-geared. So I hope that this was really helpful to you. It ended up being kind of a long video, and maybe I was a little all over the place, but hopefully you get the point, and it was good for you. Let me know if it was or was not. My goal was to be helpful. So either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.